everybody knows, anyone that's watched me, I've always, after I got over myself and was narrowing down the types of categories I was selling in, and then all of a sudden realising you can narrow down too far, in a sense. So if you're only selling one thing, but if that one thing's not doing so great, or you're having difficulty sourcing that one thing, I think it's good to have that spread of things. I'm not saying be an everything seller, but at least if you've got two sort of main categories that you're selling, and one's sort of a faster, maybe not quite as much profit, but a faster sell-through rate, it will offset against, say, the one that's got the slower sell-through rate, but then you get more profit per sale.
Yeah, I agree. Sort of, I classify myself as an everything seller. I will have a go at anything. If I can see a profit in it, I'll have a go. I'll stick to a half a dozen key categories, but it doesn't mean that I'm not prepared to sort of step outside the box.
Oh,
Hey, Bax, want to buy some staples?
Is there profit in it?
I listed,
yeah, there is actually quite a
I
lot.
listed a couple of vintage press glass crucifix candlestick holders this week, and they're actually worth quite a decent amount of money.
You just don't know until you look it up.
Yeah, well, these were given to me, so it's probably not something I would have actively gone and tried to find, but now that I know what they're worth, maybe I will go looking for them a bit more often.
I sold a scented candle just for Christmas for $40-something, and I sell books.
Yep.
Yeah, I stole someone's photos and sold a dinosaur. Yeah, that worked.
Yeah, those dinosaurs were great for my post band.
Because the other thing that I'm taking notice of now too is that I've also been looking at new categories that I can perhaps move into, as opposed to even the clothing, because that's so taxing on my body. Like just from where to go, from the sourcing to bringing it home to having to launder it perhaps, and then the different things you have to do to prepare it and take the photos and stuff. Also smaller, lighter things that perhaps aren't going to be so taxing on my back, that I can perhaps move into in my old age. So I can still be a reseller.
Oh wait, I didn't get that. What was that last word?
I'm moving into my old age. I'm not saying I'm there yet, Adam. That's what I was saying. I know, my body thinks it's 80, my mind thinks I'm 30, so there's a bit of a problem there.
Yes, I'm getting old.
But yeah, it's a consideration for me to be thinking about at my age, like I am. I am 62 and I'm going into my 63rd year, so, they're things you have to think about at different stages of your life. I am just a babe in the woods.
You've got another 30 or 40 years.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, we all hope that you have 30 or 40 years.
I wish you would have said that a bit more enthusiastically, Adam.
Oh, sorry, I'm just working out this. I'm doing the API and all that crap. Shit, I missed out on my bag.
So, has anybody else got any other thoughts on facts and figures and, or is there anything else you want to chat about tonight? The silence is deafening.
What does everybody sell? Because I haven't really got a good clue on most people.
Hi there. Well, now, I sell. Everyone knows what I sell. So, we want to go around the room? Adam, what do you sell? I know you sell school uniforms.
No, I don't. At the moment, I sell books, books, upholstery, staples. Yep, that's it. What else? What else do I sell? Oh, car parts. Oh, actually, they're boat parts. So yeah.
They're what?
Yeah.
What?
I know. I googled them.
They're for boats, are they?
Yeah. So yeah, they're for boats.
So no wonder is that your filters?
It's kind of like So they're multi. You can have either for a car or a boat. So it's pretty much either.
Okay.
But they're mainly for boats.
Okay, so do you think that's why they weren't selling?
Yeah, so I probably had them in the wrong category because I had cars, so I just added a category of boats.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's probably the reason. The reason that nobody wants them.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? That's all I sell. Books, CDs, like audiobooks, so CDs.
Oh, I sold an audio book, Adam.
Oh, what book?
Angels and Demons, Dan Brown.
Oh yeah, I've got that, Dan Brown. Yep.
Yep.
I've created. Okay, so I've got a lot of Belinda audiobooks. So I created a template, a listing template, and it takes me now for every listing that I want to do on a Belinda audiobook, it takes me 1 minute.
Good.
And then all I have to do is upload photos.
Yep, good.
So that's going to be a tomorrow job. I'll probably do them tonight. I've got 100.
Good.
Yeah, about 100. All right, who's next?
Jen. Jen, you're still just doing books, are you? No, but you can't talk. Liz, books only, or do you have other things?
Currently, I'm listing books. I've got bags upon bags of clothing.
Oh, that's right, you do too.
Well, at one stage, I was selling soft toys as well, and they were kind of going, but who knows what happened to those in the move.
Yeah.
Yeah, so mainly books. Well, listing books at the moment. I'm still just waiting for all those sales to start coming through.
Yeah, they'll come.
They will. They will.
They will.
Sending out lots of offers since I've been doing lots of work and been a lot more consistently with views on the store. So that's good.
Bax has put in the chat, Sandra, about the large letter. Dave, Mr. Media.
Oh, predominantly media. I do books and some gaming and toys, and I don't know if I should do board games. Not board games, but I don't want to sell.
Yeah.
Well, they take forever to sell.
Yeah, they're not a quick moving thing, are they? I don't mind listing
And
toys.
then there's
Toys
always
are
a tub or two of clothes.
Yep. Yeah. So you're a bit of an everything.
At the moment, I used to do a lot of electronics.
Okay.
So there was good money in that. High ASPs on that one.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was hard to get the stock.
What sort of electronics?
Way back, it was video recorders, digital video recorders. I used to pick up things on the auction sites, and it'd be stuff that was being cleared out by some of the retailers. It would be their ex-display stockers, things like that.
Yep.
But that's really dried up now. So
yeah. I mean, I did when I first started. Used to sell the combo video DVD recorders. But, you know, that, again, pretty big and bulky was my issue with those. And sourcing. Like, so, I could get, you know, sometimes I get half a dozen and then I wouldn't get any.
That was a big thing.
So, Dave...
You get a string of... Yep.
Grays Online have a pallet auction once a month. And they do.
It's a pallet. Okay, that's where I used to source a lot of the stock from, because they were quitting. I think JB Hi-Fi used them to get rid of their ex-display stock, because you used to get some of the stock and you had the JB Hi-Fi stickers on it or tape and things. But then some of the retailers started putting pressure on the manufacturers and saying, "Oh, we've got outlet sales." I think like Jerry Harvey with Harvey Norman, he bought Second World, so he turned around and said, He put the pressure on the retailer manufacturers to say, put your X stock through here.
Yeah. Leah, can you speak or type in the
chat?
She
put her message in the chat.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Before Vax
Don't go on because I'm sharing the living room, but got you on whilst I list. I mainly sell books slowly, wish I could move them faster, toys, puzzles, etc. Yeah, I kind of feel like, books and toys and puzzles sort of go together a little bit, don't they? In some ways. Well, the toys and puzzles are always near the books in the op shops, also. Anybody else? Sandra?
Well, I mainly sell books, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
I have sold puzzles when I've got nice puzzles sitting there. I've got lots and lots of stuffed toys which I've never listed. I've got a couple of hats on my store. I've got a couple of games. I've got heaps of good night backs. I've got heaps of other stuff to try listing. It just is. I like books. And the odd games I like. And if I see something at the op shop that I think's good value, like those Ben 10 sealed packs for those game accessories, I buy something like that if I see something like that I think has a good chance of selling.
Yeah. So Vaya says she's toying with the idea of selling bundles of pages from damaged vintage books to junk journal people or scrapbookers. No bites yet. Yeah, look, that
sounds like a good idea.
There are quite a few of those listed. Who was I talking? Liz. Were we talking about that? I was talking about that with someone, because I've got a few books here myself that I was thinking of doing the same thing. Well, I mean, I've got some antique books that I'd pulled plates out of, like the coloured plates, and I was going to sell those.
And I said to Adam, Katie reads, you know that woman?
Yep.
She makes quite a bit out of selling the old library cards. So she pulls out all the old library cards from old library books and puts them up in a pack, and then they get sold.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it? Wonder whether there's a market for that in Australia. Because, I usually just leave them in the book. I did a free pickup service,
Vaya, and friends asked if I wanted his dad's books. Honestly, half their house was full of books. You've got to be willing to pick up the whole lot, even the Funk and Wagnall encyclopedia.
Yeah, that might have to be a bit of a donation somewhere else, Sandra.
Maybe.
And I picked up the library lot. Yeah, I picked up the library lot, and I had to take the audio books, and I've never sold an audio book. But some of them were worth a little bit of money, so that's good.
Half my house is full, Vaya.
Only half?
Well, Yeah, my daughter might be moving home. Won't that be exciting?
Oh, what are you going to do then, Sandra? Well, you'll have to clear out a room. Give up one
No,
of your
I'm going
rooms.
to get more and more of those Baxter boxes, and I'm going to just box everything that isn't listed. Take all the unlisted stock off of any shelving, and just put all my listed in one room and all the boxes in one room. Even if I have to stack them to the ceiling.
For a minute, I thought you were going to say you were going to fill her room up with boxes of books so she couldn't move back in.
No, her room is. But if they can't find a place, they've got till August. If they can't find a place in that period of time, then they're welcome to come here. I said to her, just give me some notice, and I'll work really hard on boxing everything. I mean, I'll try and sell it all before then, of course, but that's not likely to happen.
And I will say, there is a lot to be said to
clean the shed.
having your death pile in those boxes, that you can just go and pull one out and work on that box instead of having stuff on shelves that you go and cherry pick through.
The only issue with that is if you've got people that come to your store to buy a certain type of book, and you're not listing that, you're busy listing all these war books or all these autobiographies or all these cricket books or whatever, then that can skew your sales for a bit. But now I'm starting to sell some of those other things. It won't be as much of an issue.
Yeah.
I've got people coming in to buy those. Well, probably because I skewed it and I got all the omnibuses out and I've listed all of those. So they're selling, and a few odd war books are selling. So, maybe.
War books, great.
I quite often will list
hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of them.
I probably don't spend a week listing totally the same type of book, but it's not unusual for me to, list all romance novels or all, action adventure novels the next day and, so on. But
I went and some of it is more music and stuff like that. So music books I thought there's one about bawdy songs from the 1920s onward, that from the theatre, from the vaudeville halls.
Yep.
And I was trying to work out how to get it to sell because it doesn't seem to sell very quick. It doesn't seem to sell. And I thought, well, I'll just put burlesque on the title and see if I can get someone interested in it from that community.
Yeah. But then where are you listing them as books or are you listing them as a songbook type thing?
Listing them as books because it's a book.
Well, yeah,
it might have
a book,
but words in it, but it's still a book.
Yeah. I mean, technically it could be listed as a songbook.
Technically, but...
I mean, I can't say I've had an experience. I mean, I've got a lot of sheet music and that here, but I haven't started listing it yet.
That goes well to crafters too, apparently.
Yeah, it does.
Brilliant. Something else I'll have to sell.
Yeah, well, people like it for their junk journals, to have that, the music stuff. All right, well, I reckon that's it for tonight. Thank you all very much. Hope you all got something out of it. I don't know whether you did or not, but,
No, thank you. I really enjoyed looking through that Matt's thing. I would never have found that because I could never sit through the first few minutes of his videos. So that's good. Thank you.
My pleasure.
That's great.
Thank you.
It's nice to know what everyone sells, and get some tips and things as well.
Yeah.
Or lists in some cases. Not many sales, technically.
Do you sell much, Dave? You don't know what people are like. What are you, a full-time seller or a part-time? Oh, Jen kind of came off mute for a minute. Anyway, sorry.
I was just going to say hi, but keep going what you're saying, Sandra.
Hi, Jen.
Hi.
I did call out to you before to speak, but you obviously couldn't hear me.
Oh, yeah, I'm just trying to do some posts, that's all. Sorry.
Yeah.
Are you only selling books at the moment, Jen, or do you sell other things as well?
Mostly books, yeah. I mean, I do have the occasional random thing, let me see, dolls or doilies or fabrics. Fabrics that you might do to make a quilt or that sort of thing. Yeah, come by a massive amount of them at an op shop, and they're all done all cute. They were some of them were from Spotlight. They still had the stickers on, and
so they're and they're all like fat quarters or something.
Yeah, yes, Leanne. Yeah. So I've got a massive amount of them. And oh yes, I just recently sold a big lot of Vogue pattern books. I really didn't know how they were going to go. This is from a dressmaker friend, and they went actually okay. I sold them in bulk.
Good.
So I've still got a couple of more. Yeah, I think it has to be something like Vogue and vintage to be any good. And yeah, I was really quite pleased with that.
Excellent.
Yeah. Even that, and
you sell every book, or do you sell a specific genre?
Nah, anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything so long as it sells.
Yeah, that's it.
Well,
yeah.
there's a question for those of the rest of you that are booksellers. Like, well, Jen just said will sell anything. I mean, I don't deliberately do it, but I primarily sell fiction, only because that seems to be what I seem to source, and I guess it's the area I'm knowledgeable in. And I pick up the other odd non-fiction stuff, but would be 90% fiction probably.
I like my fiction. That's why these war books and everything are so depressing.
Yeah, other people will tend to go towards the non-fiction.
Like non-fiction,
but I think it's about finding that area that you enjoy too, isn't it?
I reckon a lot of non-fiction that sells for me is local history.
Yeah.
That seems to do well. Like things to do with suburbs, to do with Perth, or particular areas. Like I live near a whaling station that's closed down, so things to do with that, things that have become famous.
Yeah, history does do well. I mean, I pick up stuff like that, local history books, genealogy, even family history books. They can actually sell for very good money because even though the market's limited, but once you find the person and their family is in the book.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Ben says, I usually listen on my TV so I don't have a mic. These days my main categories are jeans, women's and men's. Well done, Ben. Most people just go to the men's. And books, but I'd say I am an everything seller. Thanks, Ben.
Now, Dave, did you say, are you a full-timer or?
Probably not. Don't sell enough to be a full-timer.
So you're like the rest of us, you work full-time.
It's more of a hobby thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's a hobby as well.
But I can see my flaw.
Mine's a hobby, but I'm supposed to make it a business and pay myself to meet my requirement that I don't even have to meet anymore because I'm still not with them.
Yeah, mine's always been to make ends meet to start with, and hopefully build it up from there.
It's supposed to be my retirement fund, but it's not working yet. Not enough. Although I'm putting $2,000 into our carport veranda because I think it's essential to have an undercover area to unload my books.
Yes, good idea, yes.
Is that going to be classed as a business expense?
Can't see why
I'm going to put, it's not much, it's only 2,000 out of 12 or whatever it is that it's going to cost us, but I decided if I'm going to insist on having it done, then probably it's because I don't like trying to unload things and do things in the rain.
Yeah.
I mean, I can do it, but it'd be nice, wouldn't it, just to be able to park your car and not get wet?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's good, yep.
I do it.
Well, you can always leave it in the car.
I have been known
and wait till it stops raining.
I have been known to, but sometimes when you got to do the post or whatever, you just got to do it. And I don't mind doing it. I just thought, supposedly it was supposed to be done 10 years ago and it's still not done. And I decided we should do it. And I thought the business was a good excuse.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. And you can write it off as a business expense.
Well, some of it. I'll just put 2,000 in.
Yeah, but your 2,000 that you're adding to it, you can write off as a business expense.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, that's it. I am going to end the event and go and upload my YouTube video.
Thanks, Leanne. That was great.
No worries at all. Same time, same bat channel, same bat time next week.
Will you be putting this up now that you've ended it? Will all the different people's spreadsheets that we've commented on, will they all...
That's going to be fun.
Hear our reviews?
Yeah, well, we've given honest evaluations, haven't we?
Yeah.
I've said nothing that I haven't already said in a video on YouTube, so...
Yep.
I did mention it. I thought it was shit.
Oh, apart from Matt's, because that's new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm sure he knows.
Yeah. All right. That's it. Hooroo.
All right, see ya.
Hey, bye.
Got curls in her hair, lipstick bold and bright, strutting down the street like a disco queen. And my granny's on a mission, her pitchfork in her hand, hunting thrift store treasure all across the land. She's funky, she's sassy, she's got that Aussie charm. Out in the bush, she's raising the alarm.
Oh baby, be on the lookout for gold.
Granny's flipping fine.